Says that it's prophetic. It's Omowole, which is I'm coming in. Yes. You see, the intervention I have is going to be very short because I just listened to my friend Prince Adewale asking us to do what we should have been doing a long time ago. In fact, what I have been doing, which most of you always accuse me of being too radical. I am one of the people you know who don't wait for elections. Because I've never, since I got into the University of Lagos in 1989, and we were recruited into this struggle against neo-colonialism by the likes of Uche Oyegosha here, I've never believed that Nigerian leaders can do right by the Nigerian people. It's impossible. And any of us who knew what the military did knew how enemies of the people operated. And when they were transiting power to the civilians, they behaved exactly the way the British behaved when they were living in 1960. They left some of their own behind and left the rest for the people they chose. And the mistake we made, we keep repeating all the time, is that we should not have left the stage in 1999, for a struggle that we won, but refused to claim victory for. But because I understood the power of staying the course, I've done everything possible to ensure that these people are fought to a standstill. You see, even the idea of participating in their elections is, in a way, let's be honest with ourselves, an endorsement of their impunity. Because they will announce election and they know that every 4 years we will run around, they will win the election again, we'll go to their own courtrooms, courts manned by judges they appointed, and we expect foolishly that we will get justice from those courts. It's impossible. And what I must tell everybody is that we must take this not just as a struggle that we are appealing to people to join. Take it as a struggle of our lives. Take it as if we are being colonized by the British, and fight as if we need independence all over again. And we must reject anything and everything Tinubu represents. But don't forget that Tinubu is just the symbolic name for the rotten elites that is destroying Nigeria. Even if Tinubu leaves tomorrow, they have tons of Tinubus, like, you know, what they call abacus. You push one away, another one. And they exist in different political parties that we all even are part of, in some cases. That is the truth. And as a result, we must tell ourselves the truth, that joining hands together is not an anathema. And nobody should be begging anybody to join hands together. You are about to sink to the bottom of the sea. Tinubu came to finish what the rest have started, starting from Babangida. And if you look at Nigeria today, Babangida is still part of the political equation. You look at Nigeria today, Obasanjo is still part of the political equation, especially for those of you who do presidential candidacy and you go to their house to seek endorsement. You are as guilty as they are. You must cut away and cut yourself from the rotten past. And that is conversation I had with Wale Oguni last night. He called me that I shouldn't abuse anybody here today, and I promise I won't abuse anybody. But I must not do a disservice, not to tell you the truth, that we are all responsible for where we are today. And in some ways, our responsibility emanates from the fact that a lot of us in the left are tired. But we don't want to accept that we are tired and fagged out. Fatigue has set in. There is no link between the radical past and the current. We are not growing younger, newer, ideological radicals. We are just maintaining, a safe way of existence. And as a result, my call is on all of you who want to change the country. Let's all radicalize now. Don't let it make it look as if those of us who are radical are the outliers. Because I hear from Most of you all the time, Sowore zone is too much. Of course, my own has always been much and too much, since I knew consciously that there's no way you can save this country without revolutionary zeal. There's no way you can fight and defeat the system without going all out against the system at all levels. So the same way you find me calling out Tinubu is the same way I call out judges. When they preside over my cases and I know the case is not going to be in my favor, and no case has ever been in my favor, except I fought for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we are serious, and this is not just one of those conferences that we have attended, millions of them, and we end up with another communique that we already wrote before we came to the conference, please, let tomorrow be different. If it is not, if we are not speaking radically to the extent of our problems and finding a fundamental solution to it that requires no complacency, no missing of words, please don't ever invite me to any of these conferences again. Thank you very much.